Why do you want vampires running around, my love?
There was definitely something with the teeth in this book.
It's very much given Lizzie Bennet and Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice.
Bartholomew, I get you. English is an essay. They make so many expressions. They make no sense. And I'm there with you, Bartholomew.
It's really not the destination. It's the journey.
No, it's the journey. It's definitely the journey.
Hallmark, give me a job. Hello and welcome back to Yap Island. I'm Amanda.
I'm Antonia.
And we are two friends obsessed with all things romance and romantasy and love nothing more than to get deep inner feelings about them. This week we are obsessing over The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gillig while we impatiently await the next instalment in September. We're splitting this one over 2 episodes, starting this week on the characters, tropes and setup, and then next week we'll be getting deep into the major plot points and the story arc. Quick warning, there will be spoilers for the whole book and we will also swear throughout, so just try to keep that in mind if you're listening out loud. And lastly, we would be really grateful if you could give us a wee 5-star review wherever you're listening, just to help us out with the algorithm. And lastly, if you would like to know what we've got coming up over the next few months, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Yap Island Pod, and that's where we post the episode schedule. If there's a book, show or movie that you would love us to cover, drop us a note in the comments and we'll see what we can do. Okay, should we get into it?
We should. Let's head in.
Let's do it.
Also, today I spent like 10 minutes just trying to find my lipstick and I still couldn't find it.
Oh no, oh my God, I did the same thing. I have like a tinted lip balm that I was adamant I was using today.
Same! No, you're kidding! Same! Like, I actually went to get one of like Nivea balms that were gifts that I never used. So like, if I get some kind of dried skin after, it is what it is, because I'm not even sure if that balm is even good. So funny, same thing happened. Honestly, I spent,
oh my God,
like 10 minutes just trying to find. It's like, just fuck it, I just have to go.
The thing is, I know we're going to get to the point on this podcast where we'll probably there's going to be a point where I'm going to do it without makeup on. In fact, I've done like the worst makeup of my life once, and then every time I had to cut the reels and stuff for it, I was just like, I want to die. But I know that eventually I won't care, but we haven't reached that point yet.
No.
Like...
I don't know if I'll ever get there, Amanda, but yeah, good to know.
I will, because I'm lazy, Antonia.
Okay.
Should we start?
Yeah.
Should we start talking about Sybil or Six?
Yes.
And Aisling.
Yes.
And the cathedral.
Yes.
And Bartholomew.
Yes. Bartholomew.
Oh, honestly, like, okay, give me your first impressions. What's your overall take on this book?
I loved it. I think it was definitely something different. And this is something I like, because one thing I feel with romantasy is we kind of get the same thing so many times with different books. And I love to find something new. It's like, I think this year, this is the second book that actually gave me, this is a completely different world. Series. Completely different world, completely different magic. I actually have to, I don't find right away what, like, the meaning of stuff. Like, I actually had to be paying quite like good attention to understand what was happening. I remember telling you I don't understand anything of this on the first chapter. Like, this is too much for my head.
Yeah.
But then, second chapter was like, yes, I
once you get into the rhythm, it's
exactly.
definitely,
Overall, I loved it. I love the romance. I love the magic. I do think some of the things that happened in the book, you could see them happening. But one thing I really love about stories is when the characters are who they are. Like, you can see, like, for instance, we could see that Benji would become who Benji became. We could see the Abess becoming who the Abess was all along.
Yeah, all along,
There was nothing, like, I love the power of perspective, but there was nothing like, he's something else for one character, and then it's completely something else when you see them in through someone else's lens. So I really like that. What I thought was correct, like the author was not trying to mislead me. She always put it out there.
Yeah.
And if you pay attention, you would see who these characters are.
It kind of reminded me of, you know, in like a horror movie, and it's always a woman. The woman is like walking slowly to the door, and you know that the serial killer is behind the door.
Yes.
And you're screaming like, no, like don't go through there, just leave. Like don't go upstairs, go out the front door. Like that feeling of we know what's happening, but we are like desperately screaming at the protagonist to know what's happening. And yeah, I actually think I prefer, I mean, I do love a twist, but I think I prefer this than
Me too.
a twist. And I think it's because it's almost, I feel like it almost must be more difficult to write. Do you know what I mean? The fact that we know what's going to come, but we are so interested in how that develops and how it comes about and how long it takes, I guess, as well. The other thing it reminded me of, right, is, you know, when maybe this is just me, but I watch all of the documentaries about cults. So like, if there's a streaming service and they have a documentary about a cult, I will have 100% have watched it. And again, it's that whole thing of like, you are watching these people get embroiled in this cult. And from the outside, because you as a viewer don't have any of the, like, you're not experiencing the emotional manipulation.
Yes, but you can see.
So you can see it really clearly, but the person who's in it is obviously fully under the influence of this. In this case, it's the Abess and Benji. But because you're not wrapped up in the emotional connection, you're like, oh, this is so obvious. Like, red flag, red flag.
Exactly. I loved it. And don't get me wrong, I love a good mystery. And this definitely gave me a good mystery. But I love that because sometimes, you know what, I think the additional to what you said is sometimes the twist is not done well. Sometimes the twist is like, how does it even make sense that character thought like that, you know?
Yeah. And I think you're just like, you've broken your own rules and it doesn't make sense to me anymore. Yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes it's better to just state things the way that she stated, but just as you go, you then find out how things are going to be shown. I really love the book. I liked it.
Oh, I'm so glad because so just for background, I had read One Dark Window, the duology, but this was your first Rachel Gillig book. So I was so nervous that like you wouldn't actually, you wouldn't enjoy it.
Full on. I'm definitely reading One Dark Window at some point.
I would love us to cover it on the pod.
Yes. I wouldn't mind. So I guess it's something will happen at some point.
Yeah. If Rebecca Yarros and Sarah J. Maas give us some breathing space. Oh, and Rachel Reid.
Yeah.
We will try and squeeze it in. But yeah, should we jump into I guess it's the prologue, but it's like labeled Ashling Cathedral. It's just like a little bit to introduce us. And again, right, I just think Rachel Gillig is so smart because this it literally tells us what is going to happen.
Exactly.
Right? Because she says to tell a story is in part to tell a lie, isn't it? Yeah. And that is this whole book, is all of the stories that the Abbess has told the diviners and Benji has told his crew, woven into a lie for their own benefit. And it's about those two sets of people unraveling all of those lies to figure out what's actually going on. But you've no idea at the time.
No. At the time, I was like, all right, trying to understand what's going on. What the hell is happening here? I'll just move on. and then only when you get to the part where Bartholomew starts telling his story, like finally someone listened to that damn story. Because I'm not gonna lie, there were parts in the book where I was like, Sybil,
ask him.
Can you please shut up and let him tell the story? Say yes, I want to listen to this story.
Oh, 1000% agree. Like I can't remember what it reminded me of. Oh my God, do you know what it reminded me of? Do you know when in Fourth Wing, when Tairn is like always going on and on about like his heritage and his family, and Violet cuts him off. She's like, oh, shut up, you cranky old man. I legitimately think that's what's going to be how we find out about the Empyrean, like how we find out that the Empyrean is bad, good, and different. It's that same feeling where sometimes you're just like, Violet, shut the fuck up and let him finish, because there's going to be gold.
Exactly. So yeah, but I think it's funny how just really close to the end, right? Because it was more close to the final chapters, is when we kind of pick up that yes, that was all along the Abess telling her story, telling the story, and even I think it's brilliant. It's brilliant that she started like this.
It's so good. And then as well, the bit where, because there's a bit where you're like, oh fuck, Bartholomew, the gargoyle is the original diviner. But then you're thinking, but he's definitely a boy. I don't know how I know that, but he is a boy. And then the diviners are all girls, but then you find out that she changed to girls because girls could handle it, the pain better. So that's why he, and it's so because you're questioning yourself, even though it is super obvious. Like there's still enough questions to make you go, is this what I think it is? I want confirmation.
yes. But thankfully we do get the confirmation. But part of me still feels like it's still everything from the Abess's point of view. So is it completely true?
Yeah, I definitely think that there's still a lot of questions about what the world was like before she started all of this.
Yes.
And what was in place then and what she did to that structure. Because that's the thing, like, even though we got a lot of our questions answered at this book, I still have so many fucking questions.
Same.
Going into the next one.
Same. Because, and these, like you said, more about the before.
And the sprites. Because they don't actually seem menacing in any way, shape, or form. No.
They don't.
They just seem like they are starving. And I guess it's like if we went, I don't know, if we went into the woods in Canada, a bear might try to eat me, but that's not the bear. That doesn't make the bear a villain. That just makes the bear an animal with needs.
Exactly.
Thinking that I'm a threat, so it's going to take me out, and it doesn't so I'm really curious. I feel like the sprites are just they're just hungry.
They're just hungry. Like they do say along the book that's what's happening, and I also feel like there was some kind of evolution. Evolution. I don't know if I'm saying this word.
Yeah.
Right. But because they say so many times they eat these and they eat that. Like for instance, the ones in the water. There was like specific ones in the water.
It was the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could eat some kind of pell or whatever. But because the humans were keeping everything for themselves, they evolved into biting humans and trying to eat something from them. And I'm like, but that's because you are starving them on purpose. And who started with this? Like, who decided, let's starve them. Let's change their behavior and kind of like make a system where people will still want to continue these, like want the gods to save them from sprites. And it does seem to have come before, and I just want to know.
And it's giving like every government needs a scapegoat, right?
Yes.
So now it's refugees in our like universe and the life that we're all living. It's refugees and trans people that the government are just like, those are the reason that your life sucks. And that feels like what the Abess has done to the sprites. Is everybody needs to fear something and everybody needs to be able to blame something for their woes, so they can blame the sprites and they can hope for the Abess and her prophecy. And it's such a perfect control mechanism, right?
I honestly, I could see so many, like such a good analogy to our society.
Yeah, it was definitely like,
it was a, it was a lot of giving, you caused the disease, and then of course these creatures are starving because you actually have the means to give them food to stop them hurting you. But you decide
it's right there.
To keep it for yourself. I think some of the things were just ridiculous. Some of the things that they were keeping for themselves, like the idol weight. Why wouldn't you give them idol weight?
No, that was crazy. Like if that is one, that was like the only thing that they could eat, I think. Like other than, and you've obviously got like massive stores of it. So why wouldn't you just let them have it? It was like the Abess and the Omens might as well have been Rupert Murdoch. Like that's the Rupert Murdochs of the world and the billionaire class.
Yeah.
That is what it felt like. Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's absolutely no, because that's the thing, like the idleweed, they have massive stores of it, and they like, I think they had like specifically uprooted the growing of it to things like to places that they could control. And then the water sprite, the grass that the water sprite needed was right next to the river, but like they weren't allowed to have it. And you weren't fucking using it. The fact that he was able to just like lift it and throw it at her, like, it made me so mad.
Yes, same. And part of me even thinks they might actually be creatures who think, and when they decide to attack humans, because like in this world we are supposed to think that they're just like animals, kind of like animals. They are not how do you say, they don't have, they are not sentient, exactly. But I'm wondering if they're actually sentient and they are doing this just kind of like a way to...
But it is just through starvation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they are attacking because that's the only way that they know how to rebel against their kind of like colonizers.
Yeah, actually 100%. Yeah, that's so true. Like, are the humans even native to this land?
That's the other I was thinking exactly like that. We don't know. Maybe the sprites were the first creatures in that planet.
Yeah, because the Abess's story is about the coming of the scribe and the oarsmen and all of that kind of thing. So like maybe they were the original colonizers.
Yes.
To the land. Like maybe their peoples. Like they were just the representative of their peoples.
Yes. It definitely could be that. I would definitely see that happening. And yes, because the only thing that they say that they were sprites, and they had to find a way to deal with the sprites. That's the only thing that they say. So they could be, the fact that the sprites were there first. And the additional to that is like, why is this spring smelling like rotten flowers? Like there's definitely something they did.
Yeah.
Like maybe before the humans were there, things were completely right. And then
it wasn't rotted.
Yeah. And then they did something, and that's how that spring became like that, and it's some kind of poison.
That is so true. Because it did say as well, like the humans have no magical power. Even the Omens, all of their power is in the objects. They're obviously, this is a magical land and the humans are not magical. So I think that backs up our thinking that they are not supposed to, like they are not originally from here.
Yes.
Because otherwise, and is it because they corrupted the magic for their own purposes? Because the stone that surrounds the spring is the same as what the objects were made of. So is it because they damaged the stone to make these objects that's what then caused the spring to be corrupted?
Yes, it could be.
You know?
Yes, I could definitely see that. Oh, this is interesting.
I cannot wait for September 1st. We're recording on August 8th and it's too long away.
Exactly. I need to know what happened. The before. I need the before.
Oh, I have good news, by the way.
Yes.
So remember we were saying when I pre-ordered The Knave and the Moon, and Kindle had, not Kindle, like the audiobook place was saying that it was like 2 of 3. I Googled and it definitely seems to be a duology. So come good. September, we shall have all the answers.
Thankfully.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm so happy with that, because I didn't know how she could then get this story into a third book. Because I definitely see a second book, definitely. But yeah, third book, I was like, how?
Yeah.
But yeah. happy with his development.
Can I also just say, right,
Yeah.
and this isn't like, I'm not shitting on like longer books, because I love a long book. I like being in that world for a long time. However, I really do appreciate that Rachel Gillig somehow manages to build these quite intricate worlds and magic systems and characters, but the books are like a very reasonable size.
I agree.
You know? And we don't lose anything because they're shorter.
We don't lose anything. Nothing. Like, everything that happened made sense that it happened. There was nothing that went above the time that it needed to go. And a lot of things happen.
A lot of things. And the characters, like, from the beginning to the end, have fucking, like, they've gone through it and they have changed as a result of the events that happen in this book.
Yes.
And it was just a very, very normal length. So, Rachel Gillig, you have my thanks. And I guess it's just like a testament to how good of a writer she is, that she can condense this into a shorter length than sort of other fantasy novels might be, but it doesn't get diminished. She's just that good.
Yes.
Yeah, incredible stuff.
I do like as well when an author, because I know this is not something that happens with that many authors who write series, is when they've already decided it's going to be 2 books and that's it. And also they kind of already have set what is going to happen. They might change one thing or another, but the main plots are already aligned, and that's what's going to happen. And I like that. It just seems like things make sense when things are have already been set. And I know it's so hard, in this society where a person reads a book, they come with a million theories, and then other people read the book and they come with million theories. And and as a writer, and it must be hard to then see whatever you already had thought, someone has already found it, yes. And then okay, well, I still have to write this book.
Son of a bitch.
Exactly. I do like some writers still keep with it, and they still write the story, and we still get amazed. By the way, we still get amazed because it's all about your point of view. It's all about how things all come to be.
It's not. It's really not the destination. It's the journey.
It's the journey. It's definitely the journey.
Hallmark, give me a fucking job. Okay, shall we talk about the characters that go on development?
Yes.
Who do you want to start with?
Should we start with Sybil?
Yes, please.
I loved Sybil, but one thing that cackled me was in the start she comes with, "We are the superiors."
Yes, and she literally says, like, when she's talking to the knights, and she feels bad that she was kind of talking down to them, and then she thinks, no, I am above them. And then she literally thinks, like, oh, the king, they should speak better to the king. I mean, he's not better than me, but he's better than them.
Yes.
Like, girl.
I think she was so funny.
She's so funny.
So delusional.
That is the thing. Like, she has drank the Kool-Aid at the start of this book. She is like, yes, Abess, give me more. I'll eat it.
But then, yes, there were other parts that made me feel quite sad for her when she says something along the lines of, no, I think it's actually Rory who says, you always had to be the best. You always felt like you had to perform. When you didn't perform, when you were not useful, or when you didn't perform the way that the Abess wanted, she would give you less love, because that was her way to control all of them. That's the thing. The Abess was really good at finding what the person starves. So
what they crave. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they all wanted love. And that.
Yeah. As someone who spent a lot of time in therapy unpicking that my value is not in my productivity.
Same, babe. Preach. Same. I have to actually tell that to myself, and I don't think I still believe it fully. So
no, you have to like remind yourself all the time. And honestly, some days something will happen and I'll go, fuck, I'm still just a gold star kid. Like, I am just the kid that wants the gold star and the pat on the head.
Same. And I definitely felt like I completely understand you, Sybil. I was
Yeah.
that girl. Like, I was the one who wanted to do everything right and still wasn't enough, right? And then you see other people doing better than you, and then you feel like, actually, you weren't even good. You weren't
Yeah.
even good, because look at these people doing much better than you.
And
With
it's
not
so
even
easy for them, and you're trying
Yes!
so hard.
So hard.
Yeah. I wish I didn't relate
Yeah.
so hard to Sybil. But unfortunately, yeah, I also like the way she's so ripe for the, I don't want to say religion, because I fully respect people that have a faith. But I mean in the way that sometimes religion is used as a tool of control.
Yes.
So not necessarily the root of the faith, but the way that bad actors within that religion
Yes.
will use it as a means of control. The way that she was just so adamant that the omens were real, the visions were real, the Abess was perfect. Like, as someone who grew up in a religious household, one side of my family was super religious and one side wasn't, which I think is the reason that I was so quickly able to see. But yeah, I remember like every time, like when I was a kid, I remember every time that something bad happened in my life, that it must mean that I'm a bad person, because if you're good, Jesus will protect you.
Yeah.
So if you're bad, it's because you're not like worthy of protection. And now I understand that that is not at all what the Bible says.
Yes.
But at the time, like when that's the thing
they were preaching. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is why she chose children, right? Because children don't have their brain has not developed enough for the critical thinking skills to see beyond what they're being told. They're like a little sponge, and they just soak in everything that you tell them. And unfortunately, if people want to twist that for their own gain, it's actually really easy to do that with a kid. And that's why she has them for 10 years and then she kills them, because that'll be right at the point where their frontal lobe is developing and they are able to go, what the fuck?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And in addition to that, she specifically chose kids who didn't have any parents.
Who didn't have any family.
And who were almost dying.
Yes. And like made it seem like it was a savior act.
Exactly.
You know?
So yeah, she was saving them.
So like their lives were wholly dependent on her, because if she didn't save them, they would be dead.
Yes.
Oh God, it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's written so well. I don't know how Rachel Gillig did this, but the way that she writes Sybil's POV, you're screaming at her, like, stop. And the fact that they have to start this as children, and like part of the ritual is that they drown. And then they have to go through like feeling like her arm is broken, feeling like she's fallen on jaggy rocks, feeling like
that's the thing. And when you go to find out that those are all things that she made them
dream.
Them
feel. Yeah.
Like, why did she have to make them hurt so much? There was no need.
It was fully just because it gave her more, like, one, I think she is just an absolute sadist. And then two, I think it gave her more control, because like then afterwards she would soothe them and tell them that the pain that they went through was valuable. Whereas if this was an easy thing, it diminishes the value. Does that make sense? So by making it really hard, it makes them feel like they're so special, because other people wouldn't be strong enough for this. It's just me, you know? Yeah. And then Rory points out, he says something along the lines of like, what is a diviner? Because Sybil talks about the guy who was so desperate, he drank the spring water and then he threw up and the gargoyles had to pull him away, but he didn't see visions. And so you know right there that
it's all a lie.
It's all a lie. Because these kids, she doesn't pick them because they're special, but she picks them because they are orphans. She picks them because they're nearly dead. That doesn't trigger the visions. It's fully, Oh, and that is the beauty of this book, is we get everything in the first couple of chapters.
We pick up everything. Yes, I remember reading those first few chapters, like, this sounds really this seems really odd.
Sus
This
as
the
fuck.
way it's influencing the economy as well, and the power.
Yes. Whoever's controlling the money is no good. That is my rule for life.
Exactly. I was like, yeah, this is all wrong. It's crazy, like in a system where if some kind of omen, like is a bad sign to you, people kind of like disregard you, stop. Because I think there were some people with businesses that like businesses went down because the omens
because she said they
didn't
hate
favor. Yes. And to think it was all her.
It was just
she
her.
Could
Just on a whim.
decide. Yes.
Yeah.
She could decide, I like you and you get this. I don't like you and you don't get this.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me, you know that bit in Doctor Who where, I can't remember, I think it's Harriet, the Prime Minister, and she starts like taking the alien technology to build things. And the Doctor's like, you need to quit this. Like you can't shoot like things that you don't know. You can't just kill them because you're scared. And she says, yes, I can. And she shoots them. And then he says, well, I'm going to bring you down. And all he does is whisper, doesn't she look tired? And then everybody's perception of her completely changes in terms of her competency, in terms of like voting for her. All of those things depend on people believing that she's capable. And this is what it made me think of, is like, it's the Abess has this power to just ruin people's lives because she chooses to, purely on how people perceive that person.
Exactly. It's crazy.
But they still... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, to the point of them killing a king.
Because she said, the omens don't like him.
Yes. I was like, Jesus, this woman. That's the point when people have to actually think, this must be wrong. This can't be right.
You would think, but it's the whole mob mentality thing, isn't it?
Yes. And like, I'm saying this, but we live with this in society nowadays.
Yeah.
So, you can only see when you're out of it.
I think as well, like when the people in charge, the Abess / the government / the media, are pulling the strings of fear, it completely overrides everybody's like ability, and that doesn't make them not responsible for their actions, but that's how they can hold so much control, because they pick on the things that people are afraid of, and they pick on people's like needs to be safe as a just as a primal thing, and then you just watch people do terrible things because they're afraid for themselves, and it just doesn't seem to cross their minds that maybe we're not the be all and end all. Maybe the society, like the good of society, is the be all and end all.
Yes. Do you know another thing I picked up when I was doing a second read? Because like the visions Sybil has, they're always the same. She always says like they're kind of always the same. All the omens showing up when they don't favor, they show up always in a specific way. And it's funny because the last one is with the Weaver, and she says everything gets really dark, and she hears a clack, 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 and it's the one she fears more. But then when you get to the Weaver part, you actually see she's actually the best out of all of them.
And the clack, clack, clack is because she allowed herself to be turned into stone.
Yes.
Because she didn't want to drink the blood of these feckin' poor diviners.
Exactly. Yeah. Which, by the way, didn't even need to be in that way. She just chose it because she could choose whatever way she was going to give the spring water to the omens.
Oh my God. Again, just exerting her control. This Abess is a fucking bitch. Turning them even more into monsters by making them drink the blood of these poor diviners. Again, I think is just, one is for control, but two, it does chip away at their humanity. Once they've crossed that line. Yeah. She's already made them think that they're better than the other humans because they have these magical objects. And then they're treating these humans with such disrespect and such monstrosity that the only way that they could make peace with that is if they convince themselves that they're better than these humans.
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's just then less and less reason for them to ever bring this system down, because they're probably the only ones that have the power to bring her down.
Yes.
But if she makes them completely separate from humanity, why would they want to save it?
Exactly. she knew exactly what to do.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. And one thing I'll tell her, she was like, I made a mistake once. I'm never making that mistake again. Which is in the wrong kind of mind. That's what happens.
That's the thing. Yeah. She could have gone two ways and realised that actually she was going completely mad with power. And no, she decided to double down on it and just get better at it.
Yes, at it, yes. Do you have anything to add about Sybil? Or should we go to Rory, maybe?
I do just want to say, I love that it is Sybil's gold star character that once she understands, that is the reason that she then is able to do all of the incredible things that she does.
True.
You know?
Yes.
So I love that the thing that was the reason she unfortunately got caught up in this mess and drank the Kool-Aid so hard is actually the thing that becomes a power for her on the other side of it. So I very much enjoy that there is power in the things that we think are flaws.
Exactly. And everything was there, Sybil. Everything was there. And I love that she really didn't lose her name. I thought because there was a chapter where she said, I always made sure when I got like transformed, I wanted to always keep my name. Like I wanted to make sure that I don't forget my name. But then she ends the chapter saying, and then I forgot all about it. But then she actually still has the name.
She
and
still has it inside.
Yes. I was so happy for her.
It's like she wants the gold star, but there is still a defiance in her and a want for her own self rather than just being someone for the Abess. Oh, yes. I love her. I love her so much.
I really loved her character. And I do love I have power in me all along.
Oh, yes, I love that. The power was me this whole time. I eat it.
Every single time. Yes.
Okay, talk to me about Rory. Roderick Myndacious.
Oh, I love that. She was like Myndacious all the time.
Yeah.
I think we could see, right, 1 mile away that they're going to be something together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. From the minute he was like, diviners. Yes. I'm okay.
I love that. I love their relationship from the start, like them just the banter. Well, it was not really banter. It was like one didn't really dislike the other, more because one actually knew what was happening in the world. And I do love that he's the one that actually makes her question, because she does understand her tenor is ending, but I don't think she ever actually thought what she was going to do afterwards. But he's the one that starts thinking, hey, actually, what happens? I think for him was more a curiosity to understand what happened with the Diviners after.
Yeah. Well, because I think they must have known that the Diviners were like a key part in this whole scheme. And so if they're trying to bring the scheme down, he was probably trying to do some digging.
Yes. For
like detective work. Yeah, I really like the way I don't know, like as he starts to like her, you can see him helping her along the way to realizing, but it never feels like he's like ramming it down her throat. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Even with the shroud, right? Because he does start saying you should take the shroud away. But then the minute she continues on, no, I'm not taking this off. This is going to stay in. Every single time he mentions the shroud is in a way where it's kind of telling her you should take because this is going to be easier for you, but never like take it off, you know? It's like, it's your choice. You do what you want, but I'm still going to state the obvious.
And then he replaces it when it gets taken off.
Yes. And I don't even know if when that happened, if he actually looked to her eyes or if because he could do something like he took the shred and put right away so no one could see. I don't know, so like kind of respecting.
Yeah, I think she would have been unconscious when because like it was when she drowned, right?
Yes.
So I reckon she was unconscious, so her eyes were probably closed, and then he's just replaced it when they're still closed. Because I just don't see him like lifting her eyelids.
That's the thing. I mean, I would see Benji doing that.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, but thankfully it's just a guy who would respect her and wouldn't even peek.
Yeah.
Try to say.
I honestly, I loved his whole behavior the whole time that she was kind of struggling to come to terms with this. Like, you could see that he was just giving her the space, like the information that she needed, but the space that she needed to process it all, which I love. And honestly, I think after reading this book, I was like, do I prefer, because I love an enemies to lover, but do I prefer disdain to lovers? I think I might,
I know disdain to lovers is actually really good.
Yeah, because it's very much given Lizzie Bennet and Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice. Like, he has too much prejudice about her situation, and she has too much pride about his assumptions. That's why they dislike each other. But when she comes to terms with like the reality of her situation, and when he sees her for a person rather than just part of this thing that he doesn't like.
Oh my God. That's exactly what happens in this book. Because
I fucking love a bit of Pride and Prejudice.
Yes. Do you know what came to my mind? It was that part where they say, we're going to take up the mantle or something like that. And she was like, I'm not going to show that I don't know what this means. Yes,
because she's like, I'm actually really special, and I'm not going to give you any symbol or sign that I might not be special.
She was so funny.
She's so funny.
But yes. Oh no, Rory is just the best. I do love a protector. I melt for a protector. You know that part when they were going for the first time to a pub, the diviners, and before they get to this pub, she sees a merchant, and the merchant is kind of like, please give me a good favor me, and then you just see like his voice and then his presence. I mean, I know I was reading, but in my mind.
Yes.
It was all happening. And then it comes from behind her. And then with this beautiful voice, he protects her and says something along the lines of, I'm going to destroy you. If you don't. I love that.
Yeah. I do love. I love as well that he's like protective without being overbearing, if that makes sense. So like when it came to the trials, he didn't try to be like, oh, you can't fight the oarsmen. It was like, I'll train you. He was like worried about her, but like her choice is her choice, and he's just going to train her to be able to do it.
Yes. And then even during the battle with the horseman, you have that part where she gets hit quite bad, and then him and Bartholomew are kind of like fighting Benji and Maud to be able to save her. And I was like, I was just like, yes, this is the kind of man I want.
It's so clever, right? Because the whole Sybil and Abess relationship hinges on the fact that when she was a child, the Abess took advantage of the fact that there was nobody to take care of Sybil, and that's how she was fooled. But then we get the other side of that, where Rory was like an uncared for child. It's giving, the guy in Oliver that has all the street kids and they go out and rob for him. I cannot remember his name, but it's like the guy who, it's not Bill because Bill's the really bad guy, but it's like the old guy, like you've got to pick a pocket or two guy.
Yes.
Yeah, collecting all the kids. And then he gets saved by Benji's grandpa, but let's face it, because he's useful. And then he becomes the protector for Rory, for Benji. But it's it's like his lack of being protected as a child that I think that's why Benji has picked this persona of like, oh, I'm just like a silly boy, and like you need to protect me, and people hate me because of my grandfather, but I'm on a righteous mission. And I think, unfortunately, it's Rory's caretaking instincts that allow him to be duped so easily by Benji, because Benji is playing into that.
Yes, because that's the thing. Benji was quite smart at identifying, again, what the other people need.
Mm-hmm. And what will make them feel good about themselves.
Exactly. Because like Maud, he identified she wants to be a mother. Like she wants that motherly yeah, she has these motherly feelings towards him, and I'm gonna use it. And then Rory, he was always like, I look up to him, and he wants to protect me. I'm just a child, on and on. And he was just using them.
He was 100%. He did not give a fuck about them at all.
Exactly. And honestly, I think Rachel Gillig did this part so well. Because you could see, from the start, you could see who Benji really is.
Yeah.
And like from the point where he tells the story about the omens and the magical system, kind of, and his grandparent, and then of course leaving out what happens to the diviners, because that's all Sybil cared.
Yeah, because he knows that she won't help if she already knows they're dead.
Exactly. And he does say that at some point, at a later stage, he does say, oh, I thought you wouldn't help me.
Yeah, because then he's like, I have to, yeah. Because he's like, but I'll just play the victim. Like, I needed help and you wouldn't have helped me. And then the minute as well. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, and that was him using Sybil, like knowing that she will see the victim in him as she was a victim of the Abess. He's just like the Abess, just different coins of the same.
100%.
Sorry, different sides of the same coin.
Yeah, like the Abess is like used being in a position of power as her weapon, and then he's decided to be, I need help as his way to manipulate people. But they're doing the exact same thing for the exact same reasons. They just both want power.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know another thing that made me really sad about Rory? Sybil asks him, "Do you have a house?" And he says, "I don't." I'm like,
no, he doesn't.
All of these years under the grandparent, Benji's grandparent, and then with Benji, he still doesn't have a home. He's still not seen as the other knights as well, because I don't think it's shown as clearly. You just kind of understand at a later stage when Sybil goes to this meeting, and they kind of say out loud, he's not even the same kind of knight as we are.
Yeah.
But he probably was mistreated.
For sure, by the other knights.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think then Maud does say something like, I took him under my wing and taught him and did all of the things. But I was sad for his story, because he was a person without family, and then he was used by the artful something. I forgot the last part.
It's the thief guy. Yeah.
Yes, he was used by him. Then he was used by Benji's grandparent, and then used by
the
Benji.
Artful brigand. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
that does track, right? Because if Benji keeps Rory's status, because if he's not like a real knight like all the other knights, his status is then tied to Benji. His security is tied to Benji. The having somewhere to sleep at night is tied to Benji. Having something to eat is tied to Benji. So even if the day comes that Rory starts to see through the facade, he can't just walk away, because all of his life is tied up in Benji, and all of his self-esteem is tied up in Benji. It's classic coercive control, isn't it? Like controlling your access to food and shelter and money and social status.
Yes. Poor Rory. I've kind of didn't see how, like, I saw it develop, but I didn't see developing, like, his love for Sybil. It was kind of like, how do you say, like, you know, like this feeling of it's under the water and then it's like over the water. I don't know what to say, but like, you know, initially didn't seem as strong, and then he was really strong.
Oh, yeah. Like he was all of a sudden in over his head.
Yes, that's the thing that I got with the way their love developed, which I was fine, honestly.
I kind of felt like it was when you have that situation, because it's that situation, right? It's like the Mr. Darcy of it all. He has so many like preconceptions that turn out to be wrong about her, but that need for you, because we hate being, just as people, we hate being wrong. So I can totally see his brain trying to like fight his feelings. So like his feelings were building and building and building gradually, but he was just like fighting them being true because of everything that he believed to be true about her. He would have to admit that all of that was wrong. So I didn't necessarily take it as that he was in love overnight. I just took it as like his walls came down overnight.
Yes, so I can see that. Yes, you're right.
Know?
Yes. Because you could see they were always there. Like, I think his protectiveness towards her, they were just a mask for all of the feelings that were developing.
I think so, yeah. The way that he cared for her was showing us that he loved her. Yes. He was just, I think, internally not realizing until it all.
Yes.
I'll take any excuse to bring it up, but it's kind of like in Hate a Rivalry. When Shane is like, nope, I hate him. And then he talks to Rose and he's like, holy fuck, I love Elia Rosenoff.
Yes. Yeah, exactly like that. Oh, beautiful. I loved Rory. Give me a protective guy. Give me a disdain to lovers. Give me I always loved you, but I was trying to hide it from myself. And now all of it is coming down like an avalanche. Yes, give me all of it. I will eat it.
Yeah, same. I'm never against. I'm so confused by my own feelings. I don't know what they are for a hot minute. Because who's not? Like, whoever has fallen in love immediately and not tried to fight it or tried to hide it or tried to what's the word that I'm looking for?
Understand your own feelings.
Yeah, and you try to like negotiate with yourself about, are these feelings based in truth? Are they hormones? Is it chemicals? If I like write everything down about this person on a piece of paper, does it make sense for me to we try to rationalize it.
Yes.
Quite like when that's on the page.
But overall, I loved Rory. I mean, what's there not to like?
Speaking of characters that we fucking love, shall we go to Bartholomew?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Honestly, Bartholomew, I get you. English is an essay. They make so many expressions and you just kind of have to just...
They make no sense.
They make no sense. And I'm there with you, Bartholomew. I loved him. I loved how he cared for her. He was really her 100% protector. And also he was always right, he always showed his wisdom in the ways that he knew how to show.
Yeah. And the thing that I thought was really interesting is, okay, so at the beginning, I remember thinking, oh, he's like a cranky old man.
Yes, me too.
But then there's something that's not quite right, and you can't put your finger on it until you realise that he is a child who's lived far too long. That it is a cranky old man, but with the emotional development of a child who got trapped in stone before their brain finished developing.
Yes.
And then that is so mirrored by the way that people dismiss him. Because sometimes kids will say true things and adults dismiss them because of the way it's delivered, not because of what they've actually said,
Honestly, Rachel Gillig just put it really right. She wrote Bartholomew in a way that makes so much sense for the character he is.
And it's crazy that she managed to balance all of those, like the crankiness of age with the naivety of childhood.
Yes.
And the way that kids, the way kids just don't sugarcoat things.
That was Bartholomew.
Yeah. Like they just straight up tell you, you look like shit. And you have to go, okay.
Yes.
Or like, get out of my face, mom, because you're in their face and they don't want you to be. And adults would never just say that to a person. Exactly. I don't like you today. Like kids will just tell you, I don't like you today. But
yes.
Or you're not my favorite. And that is the vibe that you get from Benji. But it's so well written that you don't realize that to begin with. You just think cranky old man, that's a bit weird.
Yes. It's even the way she starts the chapter. The first chapter is with Bartholomew going after a spider. There was
it was like a fly that was trapped in a spider's web.
In the spider's web. I think Bartholomew saying, it's your own fault or something like that.
You shouldn't have been so silly, I think.
And yes, there would definitely be like a child looking into it. But
100%.
then, yeah, but then he just had the wisdom out of his age. Well, it made sense but not for his mental age.
Yeah, because he has lived for God knows how long at this, but like hundreds of years.
Exactly. I never got it, because it's not just 2 centuries, right? It's been longer than the Abess and the Omens. Because I thought I had seen somewhere just 2 centuries, but I'm not sure now.
I thought it was 200 years, yeah.
Okay, so, but it's just crazy, because she had loads of gargoyles. And we know that gargoyles are not even the 6 diviners. It's just one of the diviners.
Yeah,
for
but
every 10 years.
Yeah, but that's 20. Did she have more than 20?
Maybe I'm just assuming.
Maybe she didn't.
I don't think
Maybe this is the second go around.
Could be. She doesn't say how many gargoyles she has. I just assumed there were more. But yeah, it might just be 20. We are never told how many she has. We just know that they are there. They're protecting the diviners and protecting the Abess.
And knowing that they're all former Gold Star kids really upset me.
Exactly.
Like when you realize, yeah.
You've done everything you should. You've been the best of the best. You listen to the end, and this is what you get. Like, don't get me wrong. I do think everything that was done to the diviners is wrong. But at least a quick death. You were, like,
so much
done,
better.
No more suffering than this thing that she did to them. So the best one is the one that you do the worst.
Yeah, you treat the poorest. It's awful. It's really, really awful. And then the fact that this was the other thing that really fucking like hit home for me, just how evil she is because the whole, they all get given a craft to study during their 10 years so that when they leave, they have like a way to support themselves. Oh, right. The absolute psychological fuckery that is giving them something to keep them like amused, giving them something to focus on outside of the divining, keep them distracted because they're not just trying to be good diviners, they're trying to be good at this other thing as well. Yeah. And then you know the whole time that they're trying to like become experts in this craft, that you're never going to let them actually use it. And you're putting them to work in your fucking cathedral because one of Sybil's jobs. Yeah. So you're getting free divining and free stonemasonry off of fucking Sybil for 10 years. It's insane.
Yes.
She's a fucking psychopath.
She is. She was getting loads of money. She was never paying anything to anyone.
Nope. That's the thing. All those people lining up to get fucking prophecy, paying her, and she's not paying anyone. That fucking woman's loaded.
Yes. And to think, right, because that's the other thing, because Sybil was saying, when she saw the other diviners doing, because I think there was the first time she saw 4 doing one of the divinations.
Yeah.
4 seemed like she was completely right. She was in, just in a state of, not sleeping, of course, but like, completely all right, serene, serene, nothing
she wasn't
is wrong.
Thrashing, she wasn't, freaking
exactly.
out.
So for every single person there watching that, they would think, oh, there's nothing wrong with these diviners. There's nothing that pained them. They are strong people that gave this sacrifice, that done this sacrifice to be the diviners that we need for this beautiful realm. But then it's just the Abess. She knows fully well that they are suffering. She's actually doing that on purpose.
Heartbreaking.
And to think that they don't even need to drink the blood.
I know. Why is this woman obsessed with making people vampires?
Yes,
right. The diviners, the omens. Why do you want vampires running around, my love?
I still don't get it. There was definitely something with the teeth in this book that I still didn't. Yes. I didn't fully pick up why. I'm sure it's gonna play something in the second book.
In episode in book 2, right?
Yes, because I was like, "What do you mean the dents leave a mark? What am I supposed to read into?"
When she talks about his teeth.
Yes.
Like if he bit me, yeah. I'll be honest, again, this is the second book that's made me do this, but I immediately flash back to like Bella from Twilight's little
Yes!
like half crescent scar on her hand from when James bit her.
But it's not even just not just the Rory biting, because that was definitely another one that made me feel like teeth or something here. But there was also when the sprite beaten her,
Oh my God, yeah.
He didn't actually use his teeth, but left a mark.
Yeah, it was like he was trying to fight his like want to bite her.
Yes.
She said something like it was like he was trying to stop himself from causing me harm or something along those lines.
Yes.
So do you think the Abess has like enchanted the sprites?
I do think so. I think that's the thing. I think their nature norm, like their way to be is actually to be normal creatures. They don't bite humans. But what the Abess has done is to make them want to bite humans. I don't know. I think this kind of like goes, I don't know. I do feel they are sentient and that she has done something maybe to take that sentient part away or to kind of like change their brains to make them want to hurt humans, or they just, I don't know, there's something there. There could also be the fact that she has so much spring water that there was something in the spring water that made them remember something, that made them fight. I do feel like it's connected.
Yeah, we have to know what's going on with this feckin' spring. You're right. I think everything comes back to that feckin' spring.
Yeah. I could definitely see that the fact that, like you said, that the Abess made these objects using that limestone, that might have been what tainted the whole thing. Or maybe not.
Yeah, and then the fact that it turns them into stone.
Yes.
So like the stone is where the magical properties are also, as well as the water, because the stones are the magical objects, but then the water turns people into stone. There has to be something, there is definitely something going on there.
Exactly. There has to be. There has to be. There was a part of me, like before... There was a part of me before we got to the end of the book and we understand, like before we got to the Abess's part where she tells actually what she was doing to the diviners, there was a part of me that thought every single time she drowned them, they were actually dying, but then the water was like bringing them alive. But she does say, no, that thing only works once. And you can use the water to come back to life once. But then I just struggle with why were you drowning them? And like, how long were they actually underwater?
Were they actually unconscious? Yeah. And who was giving them, because to survive a drowning, somebody has to give you CPR. So was she giving them CPR like on the plinth before they divined?
I don't get it.
Because I can't see her giving them CPR.
Unless when they changed, that whole thing changed and when like the drowning. But then the drowning does make something to them when she is actually drowning with the oarsman.
They can't die because the oarsmen are like 200 years old. Like the Omens are like 200 years old. Mm-hmm. So is it just a case of like they are actually living dead? Like Sybil is living dead after the spring brings her back to life. Yes. She's not actually an alive human.
I do think that. I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Because
there's
part of her has turned to stone, her eyes.
That's the thing. And she's really strong. I do think it's because inside there's something like stony.
Like a stone skeleton.
Yes.
Yeah, because she is unusually strong.
Yeah.
And then there's a point where I think she gets like smashed into something or something smashes into her and it doesn't do her damage.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Sybil's alive.
It's just a weird one because when she was drowning, or no, because what the Oarsman did was like he drank her blood. That was what was happening, was not water.
Yeah, so it's the fact that they've ingested so much water every time they drown. Their blood is infused with the same magic as the water, but diluted. So that's why he was drinking the blood, because it was his only access to the spring water. But the Abess was making sure that it was like a diluted version, and that's why he was starting to turn to stone. So
yes.
if you have continued access to the water, you don't outwardly turn to stone other than your eyes. But then if you stop drinking the water, you do start turning fully to stone.
Yes, but no, like, but there's these parts where the horseman, when he's dying, he's like, you are also going to die to Sybil. Mm-hmm. And I think she almost dies. And I initially thought she was drowning, but was it just a bite?
No, because he did want to drown her, because they have that whole thing about all of those years drowning, she never learned to swim. So
yes,
I think she drowns, but then we don't really see how she gets brought back to life.
Yeah,
because the Bartholomew, like, I think scoops her up from the water because he can fly. So he scoops her up from the water, and then obviously everybody would give her CPR when she got like back to the land. And then she just wakes up in Maud's house, right?
Yes. So yeah, I'm there with you. She's probably
never in
dead.
danger. Yeah.
Yes.
Of drowning.
There's definitely a way to kill them, like with the chisel. Breaking their. Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez. Interesting. I do agree with you. I think they are. Fuck.
I cannot wait to be humbled in book 2 when none of this happens.
Like they can definitely die, but not the usual, like a drowning wouldn't.
But so say like somebody stabbed her with a knife, I don't think Sybil would die.
I don't think as well.
Somebody slit her throat, I don't think she would die.
Yeah, you would need to be quite strong for that to happen. That's why the Abess is the only person who can actually do something, because I don't think you could penetrate whatever. You know?
No, but the Abess would have had access to the chisel. So when all of the other diviners went missing, the chisel and the hammer was with Sybil, but the Abess would still have had access to them because it was just Sybil that had them locked up. And remember, it's not even in her room. She has to go get it from like this storage place when they're leaving. Yes. So like did the Abess like stab them in the heart with the chisel to kill them before sending them off to the Omens?
Ooh,
and then just put the chisel back where it belonged.
Yes, because that's the thing, we actually don't know. She just says, "I've broke their neck," but it might not even be.
She might be
like
lying.
Truth. Yeah,
yeah.
She's a fucking liar. Oh, this is so interesting. Because I love a good mystery.
Can't wait to be humbled. Because I'm sure that's not what it is, but I love.
But there has to be an explanation to why they can drown and they don't die. If it's not that they reborn every single time, there has to be something else.
They're not reborn. I also just feel like it ties in with the whole vampire theme, because that's what vampires are, right? They're the living dead.
Yes.
And there's so many like pointers to vampires.
The bites and
the chisel to the heart. That's a stake, man.
That's yes. Yes. So it could be. Although the same way that we are saying that the Abess lies, the not how do you say, coming back to life again might be a lie as well. So
that's also true. Yeah. Because I do think the Abess does. Oh, what's that line in there's a Sabrina Carpenter song, and she says, "Tell me the truth -7%," where somebody takes almost the truth and they twist it just enough so that it's believable, but then it's still fundamentally a lie. So I think that's the situation with the Abess. I think there's some things that are true, but she's just manipulating how much of it you see and the way that it's delivered. So I don't know.
I don't know. Because,
you can kill vampires by decapitating them. So breaking their necks
would be something.
Is that too far?
Don't know. One thing I'll say, I think is a weird thing to say though, when she goes and says, I break their necks and they can't come back to life again because the spring water only works once. Like, why would she have added that?
That's true. Is that like a massive misdirect?
Yes. That's what I'm thinking. But then, look, we don't know. It's a weird thing to say because she actually didn't need to say it, that part.
That's the thing. You're so right. Like, she didn't need to say that part. So why did we get that part? This is going to keep me up tonight.
problem when we get the story from a villain.
That's the thing, yeah. You can't trust those raggedy sons of bitches.
I honestly wished one of the omens, one of the magical objects, were something you could use to see the truth.
Oh, yeah. Like some sort of truth serum.
Yes, or at least something that you can see with your own eyes the past, and not just someone else's point of view.
Yeah, like the actual truth, because that's the whole thing, right? There's like your story, my story, and the truth.
Yes.
So Bartholomew's story probably isn't 100% accurate either, because it's his perception of what happened 200 plus years ago.
Yes.
There's the Abess's version.
Yes. And even when he's telling his story, he says that that's the story that the Abess told him. So
yeah.
I'm not
How
even...
much of that is true?
Exactly. Because he can't remember all of it.
Maybe the only people who know the truth are the sprites, and that's why she's working so hard to suppress them.
Yes.
Because they are the one that can actually unravel the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay, should we finish up on the other diviners? Because I do want to talk about them.
Yes.
Because I love them so much. And I love when we get female friendship that is complicated but loyal.
Yes.
Because they're not like, I think sometimes, sometimes not so much now, but like previously, like books and movie and TV shows, you would get, if you get too many women together, it's going to get really bitchy, or if you get too many women together, there's going to be trouble, and they're just gossips and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I love this, I love that her female friendships in this world are the things that is actually the thing that breaks her out of the cult.
Same. Yeah. Because she just wants to save them. And the only way to save them is because the Abess is not doing anything. She's just sending one gargoyle after all the diviners. And she's like, no, I need to go and find them by myself. I made a promise, and I'm going to go get them.
Yeah. And I love how they've all got their own little quirks. Like the one who's really beautiful and really flirty. And then the one who's like, oh, for God's sake. Like, it's just so, that's the thing, right? Like when you have that many people in a group of friends, and not a single person in that group is perfect, but you all just get on together. Am I rambling?
Yes. No. I completely agree. Okay. I love that they were all, because everyone outside were like, you're all the same, you're all similar, but they were quite distinctive. When you actually speak with them, you see that they just have different personalities. And I think it was really cute, the way that she wrote them. Honestly, I just love all the sexual conversations, because that would definitely happen.
It would totally happen.
And I'm so happy that some of them lived, did something.
Imagine if they had actually lived by the rule of they don't leave the cathedral, they don't fraternize with people like boys or women or blah, blah, blah outside of the walls of the cathedral. And then they just fucking died. That would have, actually broken my heart.
Yes. Same.
And the way there's just no shame around sex. Like they just go for a roll in the grass and everybody's like, did you have fun, babes? I love that.
Yes. I think there was one says something. One of them, I don't really remember which one. But they say, this night, he was supposed to be truthful to me, but he has hidden that he has a family. And the other one of them says, well, he had his mouth full. And I was like, cackling.
Oh, it was iconic, actually iconic. And then the way that the one that's like, well, he had his mouth full, but there's also that level of and you just fucking believed him. Why?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my God. And when Sybil goes off with the knight, that's not Rory.
Yeah, Heimland or something.
Yeah. But then the minute he's like, I just want to fuck a diviner, and he's not seeing her as a person, he's just seeing her as this nondescript diviner. She just is like, nah, get off me, I'm leaving.
Honestly, I was like,
girl.
Yeah, that would do
Love
that.
it.
The same to me. I remember reading that scene and I went through exact the same feelings she went through. I was like, yeah, I can see this is hot. And no, this is completely tried.
Yeah. I'm going to close and we're going to leave.
Yes.
And then he had the audacity to try again later.
Yes. I do know what I loved a lot about that part is when you learn that they probably beaten him, Rory and Maud. Because because he then comes back with, I don't know, like it looks like he was punched or something.
Yeah, it definitely looks like something.
Yes, because like, okay, they didn't have sex, but he was still supposed to protect her, and he was not even able to do that job.
Yeah, because if Rory hadn't come along, she would have actually been in danger after that.
Exactly. And that night was one of the people Benji had as part of his circle.
Yes, when he was having his little fireside chit-chat bitch about Rory, and like he doesn't stand up for Rory at all, and you know that's not good.
Exactly. Honestly, it just shows once again type of person he is. Honestly, the Diviners, I love that they decided to go to this pub and have at least one night where they just let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Yes. Love that. Loved it.
I think that's probably a good place to wrap up before we get into the full-on plot points. After Sybil realizes that all of the diviners have been stolen and she's on a mission to save them, before we get to the trials, and I gotta say, I fucking love trials as a trope. Like the excitement of what's going to come next. How are we going to win? I know we're going to win, but I don't know how. I love it.
Same.
So yeah, we very much hope that you will come back next week for part 2 when we get into all the juicy details. And in the meantime, if you would be so kind, we'd be so grateful if you could give us a wee 5-star review, because apparently that's what the algorithm needs, and we are just 2 friends who decided to buy microphones and yak into the void.
Exactly.
We ain't got no marketing budget.
Yes. So we really appreciate every follower, every subscriber, every comment. You guys have been so fun. So yeah,
it really makes our day. Anytime somebody sends us like a comment, I know that Antonia has the same notifications, but I screenshot it and I'm like, Antonia likes us.
Honestly, we always send like emojis of us like crying but happy. It's just quite emotional. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We love it. And yeah, if you want to find us on socials, we are at Yap Island Pod on TikTok, Insta and Threads, and TikTok and Insta is where we post the upcoming schedules. And yeah, if you want us to add anything to the schedule, we can't make any promises, but we will do our best. Drop it in the comments and we'll definitely take it into consideration. And yeah, I think that's us. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.